The focus through the day today has been on cultural exchanges, and one of the key levers of India's soft power is Bollywood, which has been making quite a splash in China recently. And I want to go across now, live and exclusive to Beijing. The team of PK, superstar Aamir Khan, Raju Hirani and Vinod Chopra are now joining us on Headlines today. Thank you, all three of you, for joining us on this program. Aamir, we've been speaking to a whole bunch of young Chinese people through this week on the newsroom, and the one star they like the most, the one star they know the most is Aamir Khan. Your Three Idiots was a smashing success, putting you in pole position when it comes to Indian stars and their popularity in China today.
Well, Rahul, you know, Three Idiots had released some years ago over here, and it was a huge success. And when we got to know, we were really thrilled. We were really thrilled to know that, you know, the youth over here has taken to Three Idiots as much as, you know, our youth in our country in India. So there was a strong resonance in the theme, in the story, in the characters. And so we are really excited. Since then, all of us have been dying to come here to China. And we came here, we just met just before the screening of our film began. We met our fans and we were given so much love and so much respect that it was really heartwarming. And we hope that, you know, PK gets the same kind of reception that Three Idiots got before.
So tell me, Aamir, how did Three Idiots become such a big hit in China? There wasn't much organized marketing that happened. From what I've heard, it seems to have become a viral hit before the producers back in Bollywood figured out how popular the movie was.
Well, you know, no, it's not a question of cashing in. I think that when a film is good, it travels. So I think Three Idiots, being a good film, traveled all over. And once we were invited by the distributors here in China to promote PK, we were happy to come. In fact, we were excited. We were looking forward to coming here and you know, meeting our fans, getting closer to people here.
You know, I actually kind of react to the word cash in, because we don't cash in on cinema. We make cinema that we believe in, and that is why it is so much more, I mean, it brings so much more happiness when we see people in China dancing to Doobie Doobie, and the women here screaming, you know, our songs, crying. This is something that I've not seen in India also. So all we do is we do our work to the best of our ability, and when people like they did in China react to it the way they did, it really, you know, warms our heart and makes us feel so proud and so contented for what we have done. So really speaking, I think China would be a very interesting place to work in, because these people are culturally very close to who we are.
Vidhu, Vinod Chopra, China is suddenly emerging as a big market for Indian films, but given the fact that Chinese people don't speak Hindi, Indians don't speak Mandarin, how much of a problem do you think language is going to be as a barrier when it comes to trying to promote film cooperation between India and China?
See, the language of cinema, you must not underestimate. It's like when we grew up with let's say, a film like Aamir was saying, Life is Beautiful. It's an Italian film, but it has crossed all barriers. We've all loved it, and there are many movies like that. People here are singing Avara songs, you know, all of them. So it's really speaking, cinema is beyond the language barrier. Cinema language is greater than the language that we use in life.
Plus, it helps that our film is dubbed in Chinese.
No, but Three Idiots wasn't there.
Raju, Hirani, have you all been watching a lot of Chinese films? How do you see Indian and Chinese cinema coming together, collaborating? Because that's been one of the key things the Prime Minister is focusing on during his visit to China this week. How do you see the film industries of the both countries coming together and working together?
See, I think culturally we are pretty similar. We have the same family values. We have, I think one reason why Three Idiots worked here was because we have similar education issues. The amount of pressure we have on kids in India in colleges is the similar kind of pressure they have. So populations are similar. So I think culturally we're very similar to each other. So if we make films here, or even if we collaborate, if we get some actors from here, you know, we do stories, if we find stories which are relevant to each other, I think it can work in both the countries.
Vidhu, Vinod, Chopra, we've seen several big international names from the West who've come and acted in different Indian films. Will we see soon maybe more and more prominent Chinese faces coming on our big screens?
You know, like I said, we are so close culturally to people. We met Jackie Chan, we met many stars. It's really like they could be people from parts of India, really, in terms of culture. So we are very close, and I really see a lot of collaboration happening, and I hope the government, since Mr. Modi is here, and I hope the government helps us do that, because I think there's a huge potential here.
Aamir, you're here this week for the launch of PK. What's been the response to the launch and to the release of PK? There was also a big gap. Will you all try and condense the gap next time?
Well, there's a lot of excitement. I think all the people who've seen 3 Idiots and have loved it are very excited that Raju's next film PK is coming here, and all three of us were part of 3 Idiots and now are part of PK. So there is a fair amount of excitement, and I think importantly, I just feel that just the fact that we get to see more and more Chinese films in India, and over here in China, audiences get to see Indian films. It just brings us closer, as human beings. This, in fact, PK is the first example of a collaboration of sorts, because here in China, the film has been dubbed by one of the leading stars, Chinese actors. He is dubbed for my voice. His name is Wong Bao Chang, and he has dubbed for my voice. So the audience in China is going to see my performance. 50% is going to be of me, the face, and 50% the voice is going to be of a Chinese star. So there's already a collaboration happening here in the case of PK.
And there's another very important bit of information that will surprise you, that the number of prints that are releasing in China, 4,600 prints, is actually more than the number of prints we released in India. I mean, just look at that. That's something.
Prime Minister Modi is in China this week, and so are all of you. Is that by coincidence or by design? Were you trying to tap into his presence and the buzz that would create around India?
Well, no, that's a coincidence. I mean, the decision of the release date, etc., was all decided by the distributors here in China, and accordingly they invited us a week before that. So that's a coincidence, but we're happy to be here, and we wish the Prime Minister all the very best for the big steps that he's taking to bring these two countries together, and we hope that he gets all the success that he's looking for.
It's just so amazing to see Indian films do so well here in China, where people don't understand the language, but they still sense cultural affinity and they flock to the cinema screens to watch our superstars. Bollywood clearly emerging as India's biggest soft power export globally. Thank you very much, Aamir Khan, Raju Hirani and Vidhu Vinod Chopra, for joining us on the newsroom this evening. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Rahul.